Welcome to the Marble Sports Worldwide Podcast, where we discuss and analyze your favorite marble sports. From JMR Marble League to I'll Go Do tournaments, we'll make sure you never miss the action. All marble sports, all the time, right here on the MSW Podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Marble Sports Worldwide Podcast. My name is Brendan.
And I'm Commander Wolf. And Merry Christmas or early Christmas to whenever this episode comes out.
Yes, a big Merry Christmas to everybody out there, no matter where you are, what country you're from, what time zone you're in, what marble team that you root for. A happy, merry, awesome Christmas to you.
Yes, and if you celebrate
it's
something
coming
else,
to the end of the year.
I guess happy late Hanukkah and Kwanzaa, because I'm pretty sure both of those have passed already.
Right, because all those people that celebrate Kwanzaa that also listen to this podcast, right?
You never know.
You never do. You never do. If you do celebrate Kwanzaa out there, please put something in the comments about that. I've never met anyone that celebrates Kwanzaa. I don't even really understand what they do.
I forget what Kwanzaa's
also,
about.
my stereo recording is really off, where the top channel is recording super loud audio and the bottom channel is recording soft audio. So I'm going to sound way like I'm on the left right now, but I'll try to fix that. I don't even have the pan and gain shit moved around, so we're going to have to do that. But in any event, we're here, everybody. Christmas is coming. End of the decade's coming. This is kind of crazy. This is really look, it leveled itself out without me doing anything. So, I guess it's the Christmas magic, right?
Maybe.
A Merry Christmas magic to my microphone, leveling itself out. So if I sounded like I was on the left for a couple of minutes, well, that's not something I can really deal with. But it's good to be with you guys all here in the holiday season, talking some marbles. I don't really have any announcements except for the fact that MSWAL will be coming in the new year, and trust me, I could not be more excited for it. And I just hope you guys have a good holiday. If you don't celebrate Christmas, well, spread the love of giving and thankfulness and everything. So, without further ado, let's go to the news.
Marble sports fans, I am Johnny Marble here as always with MSWN. I like that new intro. Now fans, it is a very slow time in the marble sports world, and because of that, there isn't much news for me to report on. But hopefully, the new year coming up will bring even more marble sports content with it. Even though there's not much right now, I can tell you this. Race number 7 of the Sand Marble Rally has concluded, with Crazy Cat's Eyes taking in first, Black Knight in second, and El Capitan taking third. And while these performances are impressive and great on each of their respective parts, neither of these contestants have a chance to win first overall, and Black Knight can't even finish on the podium as there's only one more race to go. The 3 marbles that are in contention for the title are the following: the 2018 champion, Red number 3, up in first; the 2016 champion, Ghost Plasma, right behind him in second; and Super Ball, right behind Plasma, in third. It'll be interesting to see which of these 3 incredible, talented competitors will be crowned our 2019 Sand Marble Rally champion. Now, if you're asking Johnny Marble, he's a little biased, so he's going to say Red number 3. But hey, that's just me. You asked me for the news, not my opinion. Well, I have been Johnny Marble. You have been great. Let's take it back to Brendan and continue with the podcast. I'll see you guys next time.
All right, everybody, welcome back from the news. I'm here, Waff's here, on this Christmas Eve day with our very special guest, RandomTonio. Say hello to all the fans out there, RandomTonio.
Hi. It's really nice to meet you. This is my first time doing this, and I hope this doesn't blow up in my face, and I don't know.
I hope it doesn't. That would be a very bad Christmas. Whatever. I'm a little tired tonight.
I spiked on that one. Whoops.
Okay. I just didn't expect it. Anyway, guys, welcome. Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well out there. This is our Christmas episode with RandomTonio. People out in the Discord have been asking for me to bring him on as a guest, and I have decided to bring him on as a guest. And as you guys know, every time we have a new guest onto the podcast, we always ask him one very special question to kick off the episode, and that is, how did you, RandomTonio, get into marble sports?
Oh, okay. This one is going to be a bit easy. So, I'm going to say this as simply as I can because I'm not that good at live recording. But here it is. Like, it was last year. I was looking at random sports videos on YouTube, and then I saw some random marble videos on YouTube, and then I saw 2017 Marble Olympics qualification. That was last year before the whole deletion and all that. I saw the 2017 qualification and I was like, oh, this is so interesting. But this isn't the first Marble Olympics, right? And then I saw there was another one in 2016. So I started my Marble Olympics binge watching with the 2016 Marble Olympics, seeing all the events, then going to 2017 and watching all the events, like, not binge watching throughout one day, like, I still have stuff to do, but, like, one day I watch, like, 2016 events, another day I watched the NASIT's 2016 events, and then I watched the 2017 qualification, and then events of the 2017 Marble Olympics, and all of a sudden I'm caught up to the 2018 Winter Marble Olympics. Like, the 2018 Winter Marble Olympics was my first Marble Olympics that I saw live, and, well, soon as they were being released, and they were really excited. Like, they were really exciting, and I loved every single part of the Marble Olympics 2018. Like, 2018 was really great, and that got me hooked for the whole Marble Olympics stuff, so.
Really, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That was quite an exciting rendition of watching the Marble Olympics. Trust me, it does bring that sort of excitement on. I agree. Yeah, you're doing great so far, RandomTonio.
Yeah,
this is your first time.
Yeah, 2018. Like, I've decided. Yeah, 2018 was my first Marble Olympics that I saw new episodes on. So. And I decided to make rankings on that, so.
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember the rankings. I liked them.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
And I remember we had a little bit of a, I think you and me had a little bit of a disagreement on the rankings. I think most of them I agreed on, and then I think I got a little bit iffy with, like, the hazers or something. You had put
it was the hazers.
And I was like, yeah, and I was like, not so much there, but most of your rankings were spot on, I have to admit.
Thank you.
And you I think you were, before we even knew the finality in the 2019 Marble Olympics, you had put the Green Ducks and the Raspberry Racers and the Hazers up in a high position.
Yeah.
And they all happened to end up well. So you had a pretty good predictory, is that a word? Predictory?
Predictions or something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like, what's the adjective of the word predictions?
2019's was, I love 2019. It was really exciting, and although I had a lot of 2019 predictions wrong, like, I had the Oceanics winning the 2019 Marble Olympics because they were hosting, mistake. And I thought hosts do better when they host the games, and, that was, man, they were the lockout. They were, like, the Oceanics are the biggest candidates for lockouts of the year, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to yell either at me during the show. But
Sorry,
you.
This is my first time doing this podcast.
Oh no,
so-
don't worry. You got to just take a breathe in and a breathe out, and just talk like you're talking to anybody, dude. We're just chilling here, talking some marbles.
Sorry, I'm a bit
the
loud.
excitement is
Like,
no. Don't you don't have to apologize. It's great. It's great.
Yeah, like
It's great.
I don't know.
No, you're doing great.
I don't know. I could
You're
talk
doing
about my
absolutely
power rankings for a long time. Like, I made
Yeah,
power
'cause
rankings for the Marble Olympics, later the Marble League. I made power rankings for Marble Mayhem on MSPN, and
great. Right, I remember those.
I'm making power rankings for Marbula 1. Like, I'm seeing Marbula 1, and the more I'm here and see it, the more excited I am. Marbula 1 helped me get into Formula 1, which is a great thing, so...
Oh, did it? Wow, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's
And,
crazy.
there has not
Imagine
even
how
been a
much we
Marbula
learn with
episode
marbles.
out yet.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
funny
Okay.
is
Yeah, I'm
like
writing my
sorry,
rankings right now, and yeah,
Good.
it's a very big work in progress, so...
Like YouTube.
Oh yeah, I'd imagine. I can't wait to see your rankings.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, I that was quite a big jumble of voices, but YouTube recognized that Marbula 1 was popping up a lot in like the JMR and stuff, and I realized I was searching Marbula 1 for like the news segments a lot, so it actually sent me a video of like an animation on the Formula 1's official channel in my YouTube recommendations. Like YouTube's picking up on the fact that Marbula 1 is related to Formula 1, and so like it's kind of pushing that stuff towards me.
Which is actually awesome, yeah, because I think that was one of the points of Marbula 1 to kind of bring to light some of the Formula 1 that's sometimes often overlooked by people. And I know it's popular over in Europe, but in America it's not so much.
Yeah.
So it is doing its job, and we haven't even seen an episode yet.
Yeah.
Now, Tonio, while we're on the topic, I do want to ask you, of these Marbula 1 16 teams that were chosen, is there any picks that have upsetted you or gotten you excited so far? Because I know some teams were left out that some people are upset about, and some of the teams obviously weren't left out. So what were you expecting and not expecting about these picks?
Well, there was a lot of picks that, the biggest surprise for me was Team Galactic because Team Galactic was hosting and all that. I thought they wouldn't make it because they'll be too busy.
Right.
Another big surprise for me was the Limers. The Limers are straight up trash, okay? The Limers,
Yes,
the Limers are trash.
full
That is
agreement.
fact. The Limers are trash. Everyone knows the Limers are trash. In fact,
Are they mad because they're bad, or are they bad because they're mad?
they're bad. The Limers are bad. The Limers are really bad.
So they're bad because they're mad?
No, they're bad because they're trash because they are bad.
So they're mad because they're bad.
No, wait. Why would I say mad? I said bad.
Well, I'm saying,
I
like,
never said mad
I'm
once.
saying, are the Limers mad because they're bad, or are they bad because they're mad?
Mad
I would say
because they're bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they're-
interesting take. Right.
And
I agree. Now, I
yeah.
don't...
Can I say something? Like, the biggest
you
Marbula
can.
1
It's a
snub
podcast.
for me is the Oceanics, because, like, the Oceanics started out on the lowest note possible. Like, they're predicted to win the championship, and they ended up with the worst team in Marble League history.
yeah.
Like, how do you do that?
predicted-
Like, I thought
You predicted them to
Yeah,
win
I
the
thought the
championship.
Oceanics used M1 as some sort of redemption story for them or something. I don't know. So
I don't know. They might just want to stay focused on the Marble League events as opposed to distract themselves with a new skill set.
I thought Team Galactic would focus on M1 because of their hosting, but they're still here.
Yeah, but see, that's where it gets a little dicey, because that's a good point. You'd think, okay, they're hosting, they have a lot to do, they need to perform. Why go to Marbula 1? Well, the pressure of performing in Marble League 2020 is an affectory situation, and they need to kind of, I think, take a step back and like compete in other places to kind of keep themselves well balanced and also keep themselves distracted and kind of make sure they're still present in the community, especially since they're hosting. I'd say there might be something to say about all those points.
Yeah, plus also, like, since they're already the host, they're guaranteed to make it in, so they don't have to focus on the qualifiers coming up. They have more time to I guess, like, prepare, because they don't have to, like, be prepared for the qualifiers. They can just, like, buy their time for the actual events.
I agree. Do we know when the qualifiers are coming?
It's usually around
MO
January.
2020.
Yeah.
No, we don't know.
The
Well,
one and only.
yeah, the Savage Speeders, they have to qualify for 2020. Like, we're in
I
uncharted
sure hope
territory with the Savage Speeders needing to qualify for 2020. Like,
That is
imagine
weird.
if they don't qualify for the Marble League 2020.
You're right.
That would be
That
insane.
is uncharted territory because they've never had to try to qualify.
Yeah,
They've
exactly.
always been in the top 3. That is insane. This is actually interesting because not only are we in an uncharted territory because this is the first time I've had to try to qualify, but we're seeing a lot of new teams. We're seeing a fan-made team, the Hornets. We're seeing some very old teams like the Cobalt. Well, I don't know. The Cobalts might have been out. I forget.
The Cobalts were... Yeah, the Cobalts haven't qualified, haven't made it in since 2016,
Okay,
and
but like the
they're not
Shining
even
Swarm,
qualified
the
for the qualification, so, yeah.
Yeah. But like the Shining Swarm, the Rojo Rollers, the Team Primary we haven't seen in quite a bit. Snowballs we've seen recently.
Primary, we
Momo
saw
has
them
been-
win a medal in the last event. We saw a Team Primary and Marble League Showdown. They won the last gold
No, but I'm
medal of
talking
the
about
Showdown.
beforehand. Teams we haven't seen in regular Marble Leagues. So we're seeing a lot of new teams for this year's qualifiers that we haven't seen in the regular Marble Leagues or qualifiers for at least a year. And we're seeing a new Savage Speeders now having to compete. There's a lot of difficulty. It would be an unbelievable upset if the Savage Speeders could not pull off a qualification. Now, I
Agreed.
think they will. I do think this is a hands-down easy thing for them to do just to get past the qualification round. But you never know. You really do never know.
That's true.
And like with these new teams, the Hornets all of a sudden, coming through, and Rojo Rollers roaring back. It's and a lot of these teams down in Showdown are pretty feisty at the moment. They are not at all wanting to take any of the BS coming in here. They want to just they're out to kill. They're out to win. They're out for blood here in the qualifiers. So it's going to be very, very difficult to predict what's going to happen here in these qualifiers.
Yeah. So.
I guess speaking of more unique stuff, in the San Marble Rally, it's looking like we're going to have our very first repeat champion in the next event. The way things are
Really?
going.
Like, I haven't... Yeah, I don't watch Santa Marble Rally. Like, it's not really my thing. Like, I'd rather see Marble League stuff.
understand.
And yeah, I
No,
tried
I
getting
agree
in
with that.
Santa Marble Rally, and it was like... I don't know. I'm like, okay, like, I tried to get into it, and I was like, yeah, but I have other important stuff I needed to be doing, so...
Fair enough.
Like, so, yeah, I decided
go
not to
around.
do some Santa Marble Rally, and... Yeah, like...
Fair. It's fair. It definitely is fair enough because I know the Marble League versus Marble Rally appeals are very, very different.
Yeah.
I for one do also prefer the Marble League to the Marble Rally, though I will watch the Sand Marble Rally because it does have a sort of appeal. Something I will say about Race 7 is that I don't know if it was because of what we said a couple episodes back, because, maybe we do have an effect on the community, everything like that, or
Rat
or
number
just,
3 is, like I've
and
heard rumors that rat number 3 isn't even a marble and should be
He
banned
isn't.
from all qualifications because
Yeah,
he is
that's a
because
whole
rat
nother
number 3
episode.
is not a marble. He's a keychain, and there was a lot of debate on that.
That is quite a debate. That was a whole episode. We might bring that back up at some point. But what I was saying is, I don't know if it was something we said or just the fact they had an interesting idea. But this particular Marble Rally course featured a lot more of that zigzag up and down, almost mountainous motion that I had talked about as a way to mitigate Red Number 3's advantages. And it did work to a point. Red Number 3 dropped back quite a bit for a while there. Did end up making it his way back up in the end, but
Yeah.
it did actually have an effect, at least relative to Red Number 3's usual performance. So Maybe it was because of what we said. Maybe it was just because they had a cool idea for a track. But it definitely was good to see that they were working on varying that track design.
That is true. I didn't notice that, but like there was like those giant like little hill things that marbles go up on like to like go back down.
Right.
Like I remember seeing like Red Number 3, he went up on that instead of going down like the normal path he just kind of curved into it. Like he had so much momentum, he just kind of just blasted past.
Right.
It was actually quite interesting to see. Like I don't think I've ever seen a marble do that on that specific part of the courses before.
He happens to not be a marble either, but
yeah, that's true.
But that proves what I was saying. The Red Number 3 is going to achieve more difficulty in these big zigzags and mountains because he's going to, with the less friction he has as the keychain, going to fly up them a lot more than these other marbles. It's actually going to slow him down in the long run. So it was actually, I was actually, I guess, right in saying before that one of the ways to mitigate Red Number 3's abilities is to create a more turn-heavy zigzag track. And it remains to be seen still, definitely, but hopefully they'll continue with a track of that sort, and maybe someone besides Red Number 3 will take the victory in the next race.
Yeah, so I guess back to the point about the repeat champion. So Red Number 3 is in first with 82, and Ghost Plasma with 74. And Super Ball is at 64, has 64 points, and those three are the only ones who can actually win first place. And so Ghost Plasma and Red Number 3 are both previous champions.
Wait, Ghost Plasma is good again? Like, what?
Ghost Plasma, I think Ghost Plasma has always been good. I think there's like only one time Ghost Plasma did terrible in 1 year, but
twice. Ghost Plasma finished awful twice.
Really? Well,
yeah,
he's doing pretty good now. And like, so like, there's like a 2/3
so.
chance.
Like, if so, then Ghost Plasma then Team Plasma should unretire and compete in the M2 or Marble Showdown 2021 or something.
Well, Ghost Plasma is too big for Marble. Like the Sand Marble Rally marbles are actually a different size than the Marble League marbles.
Yeah, but Ghost Plasma had Team Plasma, their own Marble League team, for a while, so...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and exactly. I think Crazy Cat's Eye had Crazy Cat's Eyes, so...
Yeah,
I think that is the most directly related Marble League to Marble... Rally team combination, Crazy Cat's Eye to Crazy Cat's Eyes.
Yeah,
and actually, I think I did.
Yeah, I think we could put in some like a lot of marbles, like
let him go ahead.
Similar designs but different sizes. Like, if lucky, then we could see like a Marble League, a Marble Rally contestant sponsor an entire Marble League team, like improve their audiences because.
They should make that connection, yeah.
Like, a lot of Marble League fans don't know much about the Sand Marble Rally. Like,
that's true.
Who are these Sand Marble Rally stuff? Like, yeah. Like,
who are these
Red Number 3 could sponsor his own Marble League team. Like, he could purchase,
stop.
Another team, but I don't know how it would be possible, but he could do it.
Wait, let me remember. What did he say? Who are these Sand Marble Rally stuffs? Is that what he said? Write that down, Woff.
Like, who? Yeah, like, I don't watch a lot of Sand Marble Rally, so a lot of these Sand Marble Rally contestants I don't know much about. So.
This is timestamp about 19 minutes, 20 minutes. Can you, like, go back when he sends the recording? When he sends the recording, can you go back and find that?
Yes, I will try and find
Please.
it, Brendan. Okay.
Yeah, so write that down. So who was the Sand Marble Rally stuffs? Or whatever he said, that's getting written down.
I'll find out when I hear it, okay? But I guess...
And if that was an official, write that down, Mr. Woff. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that.
So I want to bring up something that we actually had some discussion about in several episodes. Like, did they change the name of, like, the races to Marble Rally or Sand, and it's not Sand Rally, and like, were they going to have events that were on sand? And I think I don't understand what's going to happen because they list them as like as the 7th marble race of the Marble Rally 2019. I think so basically there's going to be marble rallies and then there'll be different divisions. Like there's going to be the Sand Marble Rally races, and then maybe and those will be a separate competition, and maybe there'll be like a concrete rallies or snow rallies.
I don't know. That's going to be a big.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think that's going to be possible. It's not logistically possible. Sorry, no. Sorry.
I mean, we don't know. Like that's what they seem to be doing because they're making a different name distinction with it.
Like they advertised different stuff, but they're all Sand Marble or something. Like Maybe, I don't know.
That's true. They haven't made any differences this year. Besides with some slightly varied track design, I've yet to see them actually do what they should be doing with Sand Marble Rally.
Yeah, I think we should
criticisms.
wait until the Marble League to see different types of stuff, like different, like a dirt rally, a snow rally, a track rally.
Well, they did do a snow
these
rally.
are all good potential Marble League events. Like, maybe.
Right.
Like, we had a biathlon in Marble League 2019, so...
Well, we did have the snow rally in 2018, and then we also had the dirt race, which was basically a dirt rally in 2019. So we've had those variances.
Yeah, and they were really cool. Yeah.
And something I think would be cool in the Marble League, you know how they end with the Sand Marble Rally thing for Event 16 always? I'd actually like to see a marble marathon to actually be Event 16, kind of like I'm going to do in MSWAL. Something I'm going to do in the in that is in Event 8, which is the ending event at this point, unless we decide to do 12 in the end, is have a marathon. It's going to be like 5 minutes, and it's going to go through multiple different terrains and themes, and then be a full marathon.
How do you make multiple terrains to now go to?
That's for me to worry about. I've done some pretty crazy things in Algodu.
It is possible.
I've heard Algodu can do plenty of weird stuff.
Yeah, and trust me, I am pushing those boundaries. Battle rings, putting attraction things in the marbles. It's been crazy. But what I'm saying is, like, by the way, check that out. Go on the YouTube, subscribe, because it's coming in January.
January, like which day in January? Like, who are the contestants competing? Because we don't know much about that league, so... like, I want to make rankings for the Algodu League, and I know squat about it. Like, tell me who are participating in these things, and I'll begin making these rankings, so...
Okay.
All right. The names will be revealed, I think, eventually, once the marbles are done. Something like that.
We have the names, actually. We just wait on the designs. That is hilarious. He just ripped into me for that. That's awesome. I love that so much.
What?
Tonio, you're definitely an awesome personality to have on here. But, yeah, my point from before was I think it would be cool if JMR ended Marble Leagues with a marathon where the sand marble rally sand part could be a part of it, but have like a different terrains and different aspects of the race be in different parts. Maybe start on some sort of like, I don't know, some concrete or some like track, some of that.
That would be a massive undertaking, like a Marble League marathon of different tracks, like.
Yeah, but that would be a undertaking worth doing because it would encapsulate a full Marble League correctly.
Maybe show like a relay race, like one person does sand, one person does concrete, one person does dirt, one person does water. Maybe do that. Like,
I could just imagine it. Every member of the team, all four members of the team, race a different leg of that marathon that covers a different terrain, and so it gets every member of every team involved in the final race. It's a long race. You build up tension. Every teammate is there competing. That would be a true end to a Marble League. The only difficulty with that I can see,
logistics and all that. Yeah, it will require so much editing and how would this be done? So
right, but to do like a relay, it would be very difficult because how would you determine when the marbles going into the correct pathways to get to the next one?
Yeah, but maybe we shouldn't. We should do Heat 1. We have the sand rally in Heat 1, and we go from there. And then Heat 2, we go to the concrete with another set of marbles. We go and we track down some points, like 16, 15, 14, etc. And Heat 3, we go to the water. Heat 4, we go to the dirt or something. And then we could, we count up how many points the team has in each heat, and whoever gets the most points in that heat wins the whole event.
There are other ways. That's one way of doing it. Another way you could do is you capture the time for each heat, and then whoever has the shortest time at the end will get a certain number of points. Or another way, which I think would be more interesting, is actually combining the different elements, like so like actually bringing some sand to like a piece of like a concrete area and like laying sand down for a certain portion. I know like that's more work, but like I think actually making it legitimately connected that way, kind of like how they did with the biathlon,
Exactly.
or the the triathlon was going to be that way with water, but before it got
I would
too
rather
wet.
see a connected marathon than a broken relay, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's actually a good thought. To any of the JMR people that listen to this, definitely consider that, because I think incorporating a really good marathon into the event 16 would be a worthwhile and more fitting end to such a great event. And actually, then that gives you another event to put actually in your regular events, because to be honest, you don't need to repeat the sprint event like 5 times, because you kind of do. The relay race and the sprint thing are just about the same, and even though they're a little different, they're kind of the same. And then the Gravitrack Slalom is kind of like a sprint. It's like the same distance, even though it's a little bit different. It's a different track. So I mean, like, I think maybe putting the Sand Marble Rally. This is what I like to see. Let me. Now I got my full thought. So let me just say the thought. And I mean this with all due respect, because you guys do a great job. I shouldn't criticize something that I can't even do myself. But I think it would be cool if you had the Sand Marble Rally as event 8. The halfway point, you had like a 3-minute Sand Marble Rally, kind of give a good assessment of the situation about halfway through. Then you ended in event 16 with a full-on marathon. It covers like 3-4 different terrains. It's like 5 to 7 minutes, and it's just a big race. Like, just all the fans line the thing and cheer, and it's just a big deal. That would be a very, very cool way to do Marble League 2020. It would also reduce the amount of reinvented sprint events that happen throughout the course of the Marble League. You would be able to take one of those out, replace it with the Marble Rally, and keep it all kind of interesting the whole way, I'd say. I mean, what do you guys think about this?
I would like to make the point, like you said, like I hope you're half joking when you say like you shouldn't criticize something that you can't do yourself. Like that isn't like, just because you can't do something doesn't mean you're not allowed to criticize. Like, a lot of film critics aren't capable of making good movies.
Joking. Well,
okay.
I hope that was like clear.
Okay. I just want to make sure, because you have the right to criticize.
No, but what I'm saying is I don't want to sit here and be like, oh yeah, like dispel events like the relay or the Gravitrack Slalom as nothing just because I think it's a little bit too close to the sprint. I mean, like I think that's somewhat of an ignorant opinion. I'll admit that. I'm just making a point of, like, I think a marathon would be cool, and I think that I don't want to lose the sand rally, but I don't think it's punchy enough to put at the end. I think it's more of like a great halfway event, because it feels to me more like a half marathon, and then putting the marathon at the end, it really does bring it all together, I'd say. It's like, so, I mean, that's just my opinion, I guess, but, like, I think there's something to be said for the situation, right?
I think like having some more like unique and varied events like would make it more entertaining, because like while there is minor differences between these events, right? They aren't different enough maybe they aren't different enough sometimes. Like the sand rally and the 5-meter sprint are technically the same thing. It's just that the sand rally is more open, and so there's more the chances for collisions and stuff. Whereas like the relay, the sprint is just like a straight shot. So they're technically different, but they're really kind of the same.
Yes, but and I get that, and I can understand that argument, but I'm more inclined to argue the sand. Don't worry about that. We'll cut that out.
Make sure to mark that down.
I'll remember that. What is that timestamp? Like 30,
50.
30?
30,
By the way,
50s.
if you're listening to this in the recording, well, then you don't even hear this because it's cut out. But don't worry about it. So I'm more inclined to say the 5-meter sprint versus the Sand Marble Rally is not as a valid an argument as saying the 5-meter sprint for the relay race, where they literally use the same track, just change the amount of marbles that travel the same distance. So like that's about, like, there's a difference to me. So like Sand Marble Rallies kind of test a different type of racing skill, while the 5-meter the 5-meter sprint and the relay race are the same skill, just different amounts of people. And so like I would like to see them remove one of those, put in the marble rally and then do a marathon at the end, because that would be, to me, would be more sensible. And I think at this point there's so many events and so many event possibilities that they really could stay varied the whole time and actually be like good. But because the inherent marble instinct is rolling and racing, then it makes a lot more sense for there to be at least more than one racing style event. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Like you're saying that there should be more variance, right? Between
a little bit.
I mean, I agree.
No, but I'm seeing like the sand marble rally to the sprint is enough variance.
Oh, you are saying
but
it's enough.
Okay. It is enough, but not necessarily the sprint to the relay. You know?
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Let's continue to discuss the marbles that we were talking about. Anyway, Tonio.
What?
Tonio, let's get back to you. So, Marbula 1. We have not seen an episode of Marbula 1 quite yet. We will see one soon.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they
When
have
will we
to make
see
one
in
after...
Marbula 1 episode?
I mean, they have to make one after delaying with the frickin' reveals taking, like, literally 7 months.
Really? Like, 6 weeks. Like, no, 8 weeks. It took 8 weeks. Like...
8 weeks, but it felt like 2 years. But what I'm asking you is, what do you think we're going to see in these Marbula 1 tracks? How are they going to look, and what would you like to see in these Marbula 1 tracks?
Like, I don't know. Like, I just want to see a lot of diversity in these tracks. Like,
that's a key word.
A lot of diversity in these tracks. Like, I don't know what I should be expecting from Marbula 1. Like, but I do want to see a lot of marbles competing for the championship. Like in Formula 1 right now, there's like Mercedes winning everything, and then there's Ferrari and Red Bull, and then there's the rest. Like,
I understand that, yeah.
But
I
M1,
get, so you want that kind of...
Yeah, M1, I hope we
competition.
see, like, many teams compete for the championships.
I think that...
Like, many contestants competing, like... Yeah, like, I think we should... The M1, we should have all the 32 people in the same track, and...
Is that what's happening? Are they doing both members of the team at the same time?
No, I think they're doing one, but that's a missed opportunity. The Formula 1 does the 2 team members. There's both team members on a track at the same time.
They might be copying Formula 1 and doing that. I could see that.
Yeah, I think I could see that. I could see so many people do. Yeah, I could see teams sending both of their racers in and do that. Yeah.
Actually, while we're talking about this, let me bring up my fantasy team.
Oh boy, I don't do fantasy teams.
That's okay, but you might be able to give some insight into my picks here. So I have a fantasy. I've joined this fantasy team thing set up by Bill Frosby. If you know him on Discord, great. If you don't, well, that name makes no sense to you. Might be a Bill Crosby reference. I have no idea. But so he had us pick specific marbles, not teams. So I'm sort of hoping that it's all marbles racing at one time.
I know, like, the teams, like,
invalid.
Tell me which marble from which team, and I'll tell you my information, because, like, my rankings are... My Marble League rankings are based on the teams. Like, in the teams don't matter to me. What matters is the team themselves.
Exactly. I actually agree with you on this. So we'll see what you think. So the first marble I picked, as much as I don't like to do this specific team, I don't really have any leads because we've never seen any Marbula 1 before yet. So I went with the Savage Speeders and Rapidly.
Oh, Savage Speeders, like. Yeah, I think Savage Speeders are going to be one of the biggest favorites to win the championship. Like, I'm not going to tell you which team I had number 1 in my rankings, because that'll be a massive spoiler, but I think the Savage Speeders, I rank them somewhere in the top 5.
That's good. I like to hear that. What do you think, Wolf?
Savage Speeders honestly is a pretty good choice, especially for a racing series. Like, they are a really good choice. Like, I can't remember how good Rapidly is in a Marble League, but I remember Rapidly winning a few gold. I could have sworn Rapidly has like maybe 2 golds to their name, at least 1 at the very least.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Number 2, and I'll tell you why I picked this. I went with Mellow Yellow and Yellup, and the reason I did this is, first of all, I think Mellow Yellow is winning Marble League 2020. More on that when we get closer to Marble League 2020. Don't laugh. But another reason I picked Mellow Yellow is because I believe Mellow Yellow is one of the most consistent teams in the marble world in general.
Right.
We don't see them win a lot, but we do see a lot of consistency from this particular team. So I picked Mellow Yellow in hopes that their consistency will come through here in the later events.
I just looked up rapidly. They do have 2 golds and a silver to their name. 10-meter speed, 10-meter sprint. Wait, relay race with the.
This is good news.
Think first.
Yeah. Let's see what you have to say.
Like Mellow Yellow was really difficult for me to rank here. Like 2019, they were really great. Like they are back in championship form, but 2018, Mellow Yellow was abysmal. Like Mellow Yellow was straight up awful. Like. And based on 2018's performance in the preseason, I rank Mellow Yellow to be in a slow decline. Like, I thought 2018 is the start of a dark era for Mellow Yellow, but then they place, like, in the top half of the Marble League, and I was like, what? Why? What? Like, and I was like, wow, 2018 was a fluke. Then, like, maybe it was because of the winter events, or maybe it was because people predicted Mellow Yellow to win 2018. Yes, people predicted Mellow Yellow to win 2018, but that never happened. But, yeah. But, well, as for Mellow Yellow themselves, I rank them in the bottom half. Like, I rank M1 based on what they did in the Marble League and Marble Showdown.
But they did quite good this past year.
Yeah, the 2018, they were awful in 2018.
But what about 2019?
And I thought Mellow Yellow would be in decline because of this.
I feel that we're neglecting 2019. They placed 4th, and actually,
yes, and that was like 2018 was a fluke. But for some reason,
why are we rank?
Like I think Mellow Yellow is straight up like what? Mellow Yellow is really difficult to predict now because of that. Like
I would say, yeah, I agree with that. Though I think they should be higher. I think I would put them in top half, absolutely. Their consistency in just everything pops out at me in this situation.
Like, I don't know. I kind of don't see that.
Did you pick Yellup? Is that what you said? You picked Yellup?
I did pick Yellup. There was Yellow or Yellup. I felt Yellup was a little bit more valid.
So Yellup has only been on the podium once, and it was in the hurdles in 2016. They got a silver. They haven't gone...
That's not bad. You have to be pretty fast.
And they competed. Hurdles, so. They've been competed in 6 individual events total.
Okay. The closest Mellow Yellow came, like, Mellow Yellow, like, screwed up in the steeplechase. Someone from Mellow Yellow screwed up in 2017, and that cost them dearly.
We know something that makes that invalid.
What?
Okay, let's just leave it at that, all right? Okay? Anyways.
No, the marbles are, the same. Like, a person who is, like, Yellup, Yellow, and Yelly, they're all the same. The thing is that that you can't tell who is who in team events.
Yeah, the only team I could know who's who is Crazy Cat's Eyes because they're all like Red Eye, Blue Eye, Green Eye, Yellow Eye, and that was... Yeah, they're the most unique of the marbles, and yeah, I'm... like...
Yeah, it's hard to tell because Mellow Yellows are just all yellow.
Yeah, and...
actually, color. You might be right on that one. I don't know.
Yeah, like how does Gel know who is who, or did he just like
Gel?
Yep, no, let's just randomize the marbles and see what happens or something?
No, he doesn't do that. He actually knows who is who. No one really knows how he knows each specific marble, like how he can tell the Mellow Yellows apart. But he, remember, we only see them on the screen while he actually sees them in person. So we actually can really look closely and tell the differences. There are minor differences, and he can't tell. No one really knows how, but he has a real eye for the marbles.
Yes, so yeah, like
he really has.
They're all celebrities now. Like they must, they're all celebrities. They must be protected at all times.
Yeah, and Gel can tell the difference between every Oranger and every Mellow Yellow. They're always exactly the same. They never get mixed up. Believe it or not, it's actually the case.
Wow.
Yeah. And they've all, I don't know if you guys saw the video, but they actually were all in a display case at his little museum.
Yeah, and they deserve to be there. They have worked hard to get there. And they can be told apart. And obviously it's not clear always how he does that, but he does it. So I have 2 more picks left. My fourth one has not been granted yet because Bill is gone for some reason. But my third one, my bench player, I don't know how this fantasy works if there's bench players, but I went with Pulsar from Galactic.
Galactic. Galactic was a team I thought wouldn't participate because they were hosting and all that. Like, right now, I have Team Galactic in the top half, but that may change. But I think they're pretty stable, like what Team Galactic is doing. So,
yeah, I agree. It's kind of hard to truly predict, but you can kind of understand why Galactic might be a choice I make, right?
Yeah, Team Galactic, I put them in the top half. For
individual events for Pulsar, let's see here. They have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 individual events. They have never podium, except they did podium during the qualifiers for 19 in first place for underwater race, but the wiki doesn't seem to count the qualifiers for, and then they got third in funnel spin in the qualifiers for 2017. So they've podiumed during qualifying events, but not in actual events. And during the actual season, the highest they've ever placed was Summer Biathlon in 4th in 2019.
Wow, qualifications is basically a double-edged sword. Qualifications, I put some emphasis in qualification because we get to see qualification is the first time, typically the first time we see these Marble League teams in action, and I place a lot of emphasis on that.
Yeah, the qualifications are key. I made a lot of my predictions for 2019 based off how I saw the qualifications. That's why I went with the Green Ducks, and they ended up doing quite well.
2019, I saw the Raspberry Racers were below the... Wait, one moment. What? The podcast.
Below the poverty line.
Yeah. What?
And
Let me go back to where I was saying. 2019's qualification had the Raspberry Racers going below the qualification line after the first qualification event of some sorts, and they were on the bubble for a bit before they did manage to qualify at around 8th, and that made me believe that the Raspberry Racers could be a little bit inconsistent or so. So I ranked them around 12th in the preseason. So yeah, that's the biggest con of qualification. The Raspberry Racers, the Raspberry Racers
true. It was a
could
surprise.
play 8th in qualification, but then win the whole thing. I was yeah.
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 It's one of the bigger blunders of the Marble League, one of the bigger blunders of the rankings, so.
Yeah, I understand that. But see, that's the thing. Marble sports is so unpredictable. You see how quickly things can change. A low qualification, then all of a sudden, halfway through the regular Marble League event, Raspberry Racers have taken over the top. That's the thing. Any given team can beat any given team on any given Marble League day.
Yes.
That's why I'm saying, when people say the Limers are never coming back, and I'm saying, no, they can. They can make a comeback. They can do... Why isn't a koala able to be an elephant? I'm distracted by the live chat. Because...
they are very
different sizes. Now, in this 2019 day and age, a koala could wake up and say, "I define as an elephant."
Okay,
that would be okay.
let's not get too political here.
Let's not talk about gender constructs and all that garbage.
Wait. Let me go through the Marble unpredictability stuff for one more minute, because the Marble unpredictability, one of the biggest examples of this was Midnight Wisps in 2018.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. They were 11th place in event 10, and I thought the Midnight Wisps would be eliminated at event 11, but instead they won gold. And then they won the championship the next event, so by 1 point. They should thank Team Momary for their championship, because if Team Momary didn't beat the Savage Speeders at the Snow Rally, then Savage Speeders will win their second championship, so...
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, sometimes it is owed to other teams, the victories of some teams, because of the way the points work. That's true. So I think now is the time. We are actually about 46 minutes into the podcast. I think it might be time to move to the trivia segment. Blah.
Yay.
We still don't have music for that.
Yeah.
Can someone insert some music, Wolf?
I'm not editing this episode.
No. Like insert some vocal music. Trivia.
Yay.
Okay, so that was a mess. You expect this? All right. Anyway, I'll go first just because I'm on a roll here. I had a full bottle of Coke, so I'm really rolling here with these marbles. So from S-Man, who always sends me a trivia question because I'm too lazy, he brings us the trivia question: how many teams contain the word team? I'm assuming he's meaning any team for any of the 28 teams from the Marble League. He's in the live chat, so answer now. Any of the 28 teams, right? Is that yes? So
28
how many
teams.
of now, without looking it up, this is an important trivia rule. How many of those teams have the word team in their name? Think about it, and I guess say an answer. Let me think. Team Plasma, Team Galactic, Team. Does Momary count?
Like,
No,
the teams have to retire, so...
All right, so Momo counts. So Momo and Primary.
Yeah, I count 3. Yeah, I counted 3. Like, the 3
4
teams
as
that are
well.
still playing today, so...
No, I think Plasma counts. Does Plasma count? I don't know.
I don't know.
I guess that's not something you can answer anyway for the trivia. It wouldn't be right.
Yeah, I got 3.
I think it's Team
like,
Plasma, so I think.
I'm going to assume
it
that
does.
teams that retire don't count, so... I'm going to guess
No, but they're
3.
still within that 28. Oh, did they didn't even complete and show?
Hey,
that.
S-Man, do retired teams count?
Retire red teams. I don't know. That was a good question, by the way. I like that. That would be a good fact if you put that out in your little fact thingy that you do, which is cool, by the way. Go check it out on the Instagram. I go back to when I said yes
all
to
28
Winberg
teams.
and
Yeah,
all
all,
28
even retired
teams.
teams.
I think Plasma's within them. I don't know if like the golden goblets or whatever they are, the golden orbs or something is in that.
I think it's 4.
I'm going to go 4. I feel like there's probably one I'm forgetting, so I'll go 5. Antonio, what do you say?
Like, do retired teams count?
Yes.
Yes, they count.
Yes. I guess.
Yes.
I'm going to go 5.
4.
I'll go 4 as well.
4? All right. Now let's see what it is. It's 4.
Yes.
I guess I should have stayed with what I
Nice.
knew.
4.
There we go. Can you name them? Yes, we just did. So, good. Actually, RandomTonio, on to you. Let's hear your trivia question for the day.
Okay, like, Okay. Like, let me think of a question.
Good. Let's go to Waff. Waff, you give us yours. while
Yeah,
he
let me
thinks.
come back. I'll get you
Someone
later.
send him a question, please.
I have two questions. The first one is from S-Man. How many multi-word teams, in other words, teams with 2 or more words in them, have both words start with the same letter?
Oh, that's a good question.
All right, so
Raspberry Racers, Green Ducks do not start with the same letter, so that's not 2.
I'm guessing 2.
Savage Speeders. Well, you can guess, but you gotta just. Yeah, actually, good guess. Savage Speeders, Raspberry Racers. There's more. I know there's more.
I could only count 2.
I guess if the Gliding Glaciers count.
Yeah, 3.
I guess
Yeah,
keep the
retired
top so
teams
everyone can
count,
give an
so
answer.
yeah.
Gliding Glaciers. Rojo Rollers is 4. I guess I don't know how these trivia segments sound to people on the recording, but like the point of these is like there's a question asked, and you should also take this opportunity while we're sitting here like dumb idiots, and also sit there like a dumb idiot and think of the answer as well. So just kind of go through the. I mean, I guess I should be saying my thoughts out loud.
Yeah,
but
that's
I guess it's kind of difficult because I'm like. Should I say my trivia thoughts out loud, but then it gives away the answers, kind of, or
That's
some
true.
possibly the answers? I don't even know, man. But I don't want to leave it in silence. But I feel like maybe we should just ask JM to cut out the trivia silence and just have the ansers.
Like, I don't know, but
well, it doesn't matter at this point for us, like because we were already hearing
That
it.
was a ramble. That was a ramble, guys. I'm
It's a
sorry.
pot, like, I don't
Actually,
know what
guys,
weird...
if you're listening, there's a lot of people out there who listen to this, or enough to get some comments. If you're like, everyone stop and like comment. There's 3 possibilities. There's either trivia question's asked, then it just cuts a few seconds later to the answer. A trivia question's asked, and there's just dead silence while everybody thinks, and then there's the answer. Or trivia question asked, and we all, or me, talk through my thoughts as we come to the answer, and then have the answer. There's 3 different options. Comment now, because that's something I really want to know. Live chat saying talk through. We will have to see what the rest of the world says if they answer, because sometimes they just don't.
To respond to Killian, the question is, how many Marble League teams have more than one word in their name that start with the same letter? So, for instance, the Savage Speeders are a team with 2 words in their name that start with S.
So every team, every letter has to be the same, like Crazy Cat Size. Does that count?
Oh, that's a good question. Does Crazy Cat Size count?
Yeah.
They should, based on the
question.
Both words.
I read this. Every word needs to begin with the same letter, so CCE. So
you said both words, so you're implying that
both
2
means 2.
Yeah.
He didn't think about Crazy Cat Size, obviously.
Yeah, I just thought about them. And I was like,
But let's assume Crazy Cat Size count.
Okay.
If Crazy Cat Size count, then I have 5.
Same. I have 5 as well. I think 5 will be my final guess.
Crazy Cat Size do not count.
Oh,
so I have 4.
So 4 then.
What do you have, Tonio? You have a different answer?
4, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to
We're all
go
going
4.
4? All right.
Yep.
Is Killian guessing here, or that's I see he's typing.
Doesn't matter. It's fine. Just answer it, dude.
Right.
They're not part of the.
Killian's guessing 4.
Why do we do that?
7. The answer is 7.
Whoa,
What?
7. Okay, I'm
7.
gonna need to look up a Marble League. I'm gonna look up a Marble League team list. Looking up on Goggle, Marble League teams. I guess we really didn't think about this. That's actually a cool question now. Don't say them out loud. Let's see. Oh, no. That's not
Savage
it.
Speeders, Gliding
Go into
Racers,
the Google.
Roll Rollers, Raspberry Racers.
Raspberry Racers, yeah, got those. Jungle Jumpers. Missed them. Minty Maniacs. Shining Swarm.
Oh, that's
Wow.
Shining Swarm was good for one event. That's just one event.
Does not change their name.
We're done here after one event.
Their performance does not change their name. So yes, they are definitely a double letter situation.
All right.
Yeah,
all right, so I have one more question.
Yeah.
I have
last question.
We have one more question from Killian Blade Star here. Flair.
Savage Speeders.
Yes. The question is, who won Marble Rally 2016, and by how many points did they win? Now, no one should say their answer here, but basically think up the answer in your head, because like if you say it, it's gonna tell everybody the answer. So just.
I actually don't know the answer to
Really?
this anyway, so.
Okay, I know part
Oh,
of it.
didn't we do this last episode? I feel like we kind of did this question last episode.
So and
I was thinking about it.
How many Sandlot Rally 2016 episodes were released on the new Gel channel anyway? So
Probably 50 million thousand. No, I think it was like 8.
I thought it was wasn't it 12?
I think they released all 8. No, really? They did 12 of those things?
I need to check, I guess. By the way, was the number
If
of
you're hearing
events
something, I'm cleaning up my
races
podcast,
for 2019 always going to be 8? I thought it was going to be 10.
I don't know.
Who knows?
I could be wrong.
More people in the live chat. More people in the live listen. Merry Christmas to everybody in the live listening. Thank you for joining us. What did you miss? I don't know, dude. Listen to the show.
2016
No.
had 12 races.
No.
I think
Later,
you listen to
after
previous
it's
episode.
over.
I'm going Dragon's Egg, Dragon's Breath, Dragon's Egg.
Dragon's Breath is MSPN.
Maybe
yeah.
after we're done here.
Doing Dragon's Egg and how many points did they win by? Dragon's Egg and 7. I don't know. Dragon's Egg and 12. We'll go. Dragon's Egg and 12.
Yeah, just a disclaimer. Just a disclaimer. I got my mom here, and she wants to know what I'm doing.
Oh, well.
Hey, Tonio's mom. Thank you. We're cutting that out of the episode, so I'm going to have to write that down. That timestamp down. What's the timestamp for that? 57. Let me put that one down. All right, but Merry Christmas to you, Tonio's mom. We are not stealing his information. If you were wondering, we are just talking about marbles. Yep. So I guess the exact
as crazy of a
stealing
concept as that is.
Yeah, as crazy as it sounds. Yes, this podcast still exists.
Yes.
But I'm gonna go Dragon's Egg at 12 points.
Yeah, my mom can't hear. I'm doing this on my phone, so.
What do you have your guess, Antonio?
My guess?
Yeah, for the trivia question.
I don't I don't. Yeah, I don't know. 8, whatever.
By 8 points. Okay. Well, so my guess is Ghost Plasma, and they
how
won.
many points did the champion get? So.
Well, you can't look up the answer.
The champion,
can't look up the answer, or then you
the Marble
lose.
Rally champion got. So.
Okay, so Ghost Plasma. And I'm gonna say
whatever.
was
A
by-
10. My answer is 10. I'm just guessing 10.
Okay, so my guess is Ghost Plasma, and they won by, I want to say, I feel like it was a pretty, they won pretty handedly. Like 21 points?
Okay, let's see. I actually want to hear it. I think it was Dragon's Egg and
Wait,
12.
wait, that's clear. Oh, Killian was, yes! Ghost Plasma 21! Ooh, oh, I can't believe I remembered that.
Oh, man,
No,
that's a
they
big
can't
moment. I
see
guess if
me.
we were still doing
It's a
this,
noise
it'd be a big deal.
podcast, not a. Yeah.
Not a visual podcast. Now it happens to not be. Hey, Waff, someday we should actually do a webcam podcast.
Nope. No webcam. No webcam podcast.
You are a guest. This
No
is not-
webcam podcast.
So you don't want to see me and Waff?
No, I do not want. No, I don't want to show my face. Only my voice.
I guess if you
Showing
guessed
my
it on,
face opens up
that
a
future
big can of
episode.
worms, and my mom is currently here. And
Yeah, don't worry about that. Like, we're not talking about, guests.
I'm talking about like later, maybe for the for the episode 50 special. Me and Waff might do a face reveal podcast or whatever the hell. I don't even know.
Nope.
Not for you.
Nope.
you're
Tonio,
not on that
Tonio. You don't have to worry about that. Your face isn't being revealed here. We're talking about us.
We're talking about me and Waff. Okay, we're gonna let our information get stolen. Okay.
You don't have to worry about Tonio. We're not. You're not. Your face will be revealed. And anytime you guess in the future, if you do, your face will not be revealed if you don't wish to.
I got my question. How many points did the Savage Speeders win in 2016?
Are the total point counts?
20 Savage Speeders in 2016. Savage Speeders. What did they win? They won. How many points did they get in 2016? There were only 12 events in 2016.
Right.
So I'm gonna. Oh, that's hard. I'm trying to remember. I'd go 112 or 96. No. By judging by the little blockout boxes that the little spoiler boxes that people use in Discord, it looks like it's only 2 digits. So I'm gonna go with about 72.
Let me see.
I'll go with 72.
I'm gonna go with.
Well, don't tell me the answer.
86.
That's rude.
I want to say 86 for some reason.
All right,
86
72,
sounds-
86. Antonio, do you have an answer to this question? Tonio. Oh, Tonio.
40.
Well, he's just disappeared. So let's see what the chat has to say. As
44.
We get
for
45, 44,
40.
40. Wow, there was really not that many points happening in because they won the first Marble League Olympics. Sorry.
Oh, scoring was
So-
different in 2016. That's why it was lower.
Oh, okay, 44. So I said 72. So Tonio, what did you say for that question?
How many points did the Savage Speeders
Yeah.
got in
Yes, how many points did
2016?
the
I don't think I should answer that question.
Why not? We already gave our answer.
Okay, well, if now that I know
I
the
think we
scoring
should.
is different.
I think I shouldn't tell you the correct answer right now.
Oh, wait.
When would you tell me? Because we've already gone through our
I wanna
answer.
say
The correct
actually-
answer is 44.
Okay, yeah. So we were way off. As the Discord chat was.
Yeah,
right,
I forgot
except
that the
for
scoring
Wolf
system
and-
was changed back then. It was going by increments of the 10 was the max points I think you could get at the time.
Yeah, and the bottom half get no points. So
Yeah,
exactly.
There's a good reason they changed that.
yeah, it's very stupid. But.
And anyways, those were certainly some interesting questions. I hope you guys all enjoyed the episode today. Oh, let's do some music to bring us out of the trivia segment. Boo-ba-doo, boo-ba-doo,
Can't remember what I did last time.
We are done with trivia. Yeah. Okay, good. We are done with trivia. Tonio, it's been great to have you on, my man.
Thank you.
We are cresting an hour here in the recording. But hey, we are getting closer and closer to the new year, and Marbula 1 and MSWAL and whatever MSPN has in store and whatever Marble Fubica pretends like they have in store, they're still supposed to be kind of getting something going there.
Like, I'm thinking of making a Marble fan comic, like making a comic involving marbles.
That would be fun. I would actually read that.
That would be
cool.
fun.
And the podcast will be
it's
rolling
called
right to the
Marble
new year,
Eyes,
too.
like
Marble Eyes.
And like a Marble
Killian, that's gonna be
fan
after the
comic
episode.
competition. Like,
maybe
it's
on the
very early. I made this yesterday, so we'll see what happens.
Well,
and
we will see what happens. I guess that's the end of that.
Yeah. And,
anyway, before I
I'll
let this
post my
episode
rankings
go-
soon, and if things go favorably, I hope to see you again soon. And hoping
things go
that my
favorably.
parents don't.
Cut that out.
Yeah.
Good. I hope end with favorably. See you soon. Anyways, last thing I wanted to say to end this episode before we roll out of here, as the marbles do. Yes, Killian in the live chat reminded me. Marble of the Year. For those who don't know, there's I don't know if it's a fan made or a JMR Discord made voting thing for Marble of the Year. Who did the most for the community outside of JMR for the JMR community, right? And there's a lot of
just for the
different
Marble
options on
community
there.
in general.
Marble community in general. There's a lot of options on there. I think some of them were about mods in the Discord. Some of them were about the rollout. One of them was me doing the podcast. And there are a bunch of different things. And if you're out there and you're going to vote and you haven't voted, or even if you have voted, I just want to voice my opinion. I really do think objectively I did enough to get that award. And here's why. First off, let's talk about the podcast. I started this podcast. There was not much going on in the community. Yes, we just came off the back of the fan competition, but thank you, MFA. But there was not much going on as far as extraneous Marble content. Yes, there was a couple channels doing some races and stuff, and yes, but there was not much JMR focused extraneous content. A couple people were doing some like. Let me just get through this, all right?
Like 2018, last year during the off season, I tried keeping the 2018 Marble Discord fresh by doing off season analysis and all that stuff. So
right, but like besides that, there was not much. So, like when I came out of the podcast, it really kind of was the first thing that kind of really did something to bring the community together. It really was. And then, over time we got the live chat and all that kind of stuff. And now look at this. We have multiple people in the live chat. We have a lot of people who listen weekly. We got all those animations from episode 25. How far this has come with people listening. And there's people out there who I've never even met that listen to this weekly, judging by the numbers. So, I mean, it really does have a lot to bring the inner community together around this topic. But not only that, if it wasn't for me, the rollout would not have happened. And though I don't do much about the rollout now, like I don't write any of the stuff because my writing is not that great at all. And I don't do a lot as far as planning it. Back in like August, I think it was, or around the time, the head of the rollout, I'm not going to say his name if he doesn't want it to be said, but the head of the rollout I was talking to him, and he was kind of in a little bit of a difficult spot because he had an idea, he had a plan, and he had articles that needed to be written, but they just weren't getting done. People were busy. People were like, oh, I'm going to get to it, but never did. And there was not that much of a spread of people, and not much of it. There was interest, but not that much of a motivated excitement to really bring it about. And so I was like, okay, man, let me put an advertisement out for you on the Reddit. Really try to put a good, interesting one out. It attracts people and might get some people interested. And so, because he had put one, but it was not memorable. So I crafted a good advertisement, kind of. I forget what I did, but I started with like a question, like, "Do you want to get involved in the marble sports?" Or something like that, to try to pull people in. I think I had a picture or something there, and that particular advertisement blew up. It got like over 50 upvotes. I watched as it brought over at least over 20 people into the rollout Discord. It could have been more. I think it might have even been upwards of 50 new people into that Discord, but it was definitely between the two numbers. And all of a sudden, the first rollout magazine was out in the next 2-3 weeks. So now I didn't put a lot of work into creating the rollout, but what I will say that I did make it so that it could happen. Now there might have been some other advertisement after mine that could have brought it about. Like me not doing that was not like the be all and end all of the rollout happening. But I believe that definitely me doing that definitely was the impetus behind the fact that it came about in that particular situation. So I believe that act and also the podcast really being the first ever extraneous content where people from the community were actually getting involved in creating something, guesting on the talk and things like that, as opposed to just doing a fantasy league or chatting on Discord. I think I really did make a difference in this community, and people have their likes and dislikes across the community. I know my personality isn't the calmest of them all. I don't think I'm angry, but I'm more, I can be pushy. I'm not gonna lie, but I really do think objectively I gave a lot to this community this year, and if you haven't voted yet, or if you don't even know what I'm talking about and you need to go to the Marble-based Discord and find the voting thing, definitely consider consider me for that Marble of the Year, because hey, this is a lot. This is a lot of stuff we put in. Now we got like upwards of 10 people working on this podcast in some way, like weekly. So, just putting it out there, guys. I did a lot for you guys. I love this community. I love the marbles. It's just so fun. It's just so fun. And we got Greg Woods on one of the recent shows. I think that's a pretty big deal because he's one of the top voices of the situation. So with that being said, I'm going to bring this podcast to a close. Thank you, anyone who continues to listen to this. Have a Merry, Merry Christmas if it has not happened already. And we'll see you guys next week.
Thank you for having me. I hope we meet each other again.
We definitely want to have you on again. You were interesting to have on. And we will see all you guys next week for the New Year's episode.
Take care, everyone.
Alright, so since this is going to be a Christmas episode, or the release is going to be released around Christmas, I figured it would be fitting to have an outro that was Christmas themed. But instead of playing like just a piece of music I figured maybe I should sing it just to make it a bit more special. I know I'm not the best singer, but I enjoy it, and I think it definitely means more if I'm the one singing it rather than me just taking someone else's music and playing it there instead. Plus, it's also going to help us to avoid copyright, though I imagine since I'm going to be using background audio, it'll still happen anyway. But regardless, here is my rendition of my favorite Christmas song, Silent Night. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace.